Hey, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Griefdrums and welcome back to another video of top 3 tips of the week. As the name suggests, this is a video series in which I break down 3 tips each week to hopefully help assist you in your game. If you want to get involved, please submit all of your tips and tricks to my Discord. Include pictures, videos, anything you have, and hopefully it'll make it into a future episode. The link will be down in the description below.
But without any more messing around, let's go ahead and get straight into tip number 1. On bank, just outside, there is a really nice little drone hole just here that a lot of people don't really seem to use. But by putting your drone in here, you can get a really nice line of sight onto the server room stairs. This is good for keeping an eye on the servers themselves and also for keeping an eye out on rotations. But you can go one further with this. Instead of using it just for drones, I've recently been using Valk on this spot. By placing a camera just inside of the drone hole, it's not actually visible to anyone pushing down the stairs, and if they are pushing down these stairs, they don't normally have a lot of time as an attacker to stop and look for cams. It's usually quite hectic round here, there's flanks going on, there's people in servers, but as you can see, you do get a really nice line of sight, and at the very least you're going to be able to hear people in the server room themselves. As you can see, it's very difficult to spot this camera, and it's good for the camera to spot people's feet and legs and just give you an idea of where people are. Definitely one to consider trying out. When they're coming all the way up to this wall, you can actually use things like an echo drone in this spot to get an even better line of sight. I'll show you that in just a second, but one thing you can do is at the beginning of a round actually push the echo drone outside and see who exactly they've got on the attacking team. So that's something to bear in mind. Or alternatively, you can just throw the drone up there and leave it there, because it's not going to disappear, it's not going to go invisible because you're not actually jumping it up to the roof, you're just throwing it up there. But the line of sight that it gives all the way through onto that wall that a lot of attackers try and open up can be really beneficial. You can obviously always bring the echo drone out halfway through the round, but just for gathering that intel, it can be phenomenal. And it's really, really difficult to take this camera out, it's really difficult to spot it. But as a defender, it can provide you with so much intel, so it can be very effective and definitely something you should add to your arsenal. So for the next tip, we're going to be heading on over to Coastline. I got this from a Pro League game, I think it was. I can't really remember. I screenshotted it on my phone. And I'm not going to sit down sifting through hours and hours of Pro League footage just to try and find which game it was from. But nevertheless, more often than not, when attackers are pushing into the hookah lounge, they try and plant the diffuser just here. It's not bad, but very often the defenders will have opened up that wall there. So they're just looking for any bit of cover they can, and they do it under smoke at this spot. There's a rotation hole very often put into that section just over there that I shot at. But as a defender, how can you combat this in the most safe manner? How can you stop the plant from going down? Well, the pros obviously know the best ways to do this, and this was incredible. By opening this section of wall here and launching a nitro through, it's going to clear out so much of that section of the room. I'm going to go through there and just show you exactly where the nitro lands. It's just here on the edge of these beds area, and because you're not going to get a direct line of sight onto any of the defenders that are doing this when you're attacking, it makes it very, very difficult to counter it unless of course the double window is open. But by standing really close and just launching it through, you do have to practice a bit, otherwise it doesn't go to the right place. It lands right here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and chuck a couple of Valk cameras down just so you can get an idea of the blast radius. I believe in the Pro League game, the person that did it actually got like a 2k or a 3k. It was insane, and I remember seeing it and thinking that was incredibly clever. Now as you can see, the nitro itself, if I jump onto this camera, you can actually see exactly where it's landed as per usual. And if I go ahead and blow it up, you see that I can take out a couple of my gadgets. Now it's taken out this entire area of the map. It's taken out that Valk camera just there. It's also taken out the one that was up there. It covers a pretty large area, so definitely one to keep in mind. For tip number 3, we're going to head on over to Villa. This is a spot that I love using. In fact, I'll show you a couple of the cheeky spots that I love using. But long story short, pretty much every ranked game I will be playing this angle, or these angles. And this is covered in my Villa tips and tricks video, but I figured I'd revisit it because I'm still getting so much use out of it. Now as you can see, we're 2-2 on this particular game, and we are defending the kitchen, so keeping control of this corridor over on the west side is going to be pretty effective, and it's going to be helpful. So as soon as I get the call someone is pushing in, I get the kill on that person. They have no idea where it's come from. So by opening the hatch itself, it stops anyone coming up from the back stairs, and is really effective because you can hear them coming up there. And this window here is where the other attacker pushed in from. Now you can see the holes in the roof there, but there's too many angles to cover when attackers push into this area of the map. And if you're trying to push up to me, you don't stand a chance because I have got the stairs covered. Now, as you can see, I wouldn't open this entire section of floor. It's just to make it clearer for the purposes of this video. But that entire area of the map is covered down there from that window in the living room. And I can also keep all of this section of the stairs covered. I very often utilise these spots whether I'm defending the kitchen and dining room downstairs, whether I'm covering the trophy room and statue room. It can be really effective, certainly as either a lesion or a smoke. Smoke can be very, very good because you've always got the option of opening up a section of this wall here and launching smoke grenades over the top, all of the canisters, just to try and delay or just completely deny any plants going down from attackers. Hopefully these tips and tricks help you out. Hopefully the angles are, beneficial to you. Let me know which one you like the most down in the comments section below by leaving the number that was shown on screen at the time of the tip. If you don't already, make sure to subscribe for all things Rainbow Six, and you can also head over and check out my Twitch, where I have been trialling a new system called Azarus, which is a Rainbow Six game that you play in between rounds for the chance to win legitimate Rainbow Six credits from Ubisoft themselves. To keep up with everything that's going on my channel, make sure to follow me on Twitter as well, as I post a hell of a lot of stuff over there just to keep people in the loop. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, stay reckless and relentless.